And to Delta State now, activists in the state have decried the alleged marginalization of persons living with disabilities in the electoral process. Now, according to them, despite the provision in the Electoral Act when they decide to vote or be voted for, the process is cumbersome, if not near impossible for them. Jonathan Awanyai has more on the details.
The call for simplification of the electoral process to enable persons with disabilities participate easily follows challenges encountered by them in the not-too-distant elections in the country. They therefore want those tasked with the responsibility of conducting elections to be intentional about not disenfranchising them through rigorous processes that are not PWDs friendly.
And of course, which also involves you and I, should become more conscious of the fact that life doesn't begin and end with only me. There are people who cannot hear. There are people who may not be able to see, impartial or full. There are people who are inhibited by, mobility, limited by their limbs and all of that. And these people also have a right to live because they also have breath. Now, what are we able to do to make sure that life is really worth living, especially in the third world like in Nigeria? When it's time to vote, how comfortable, how realistic is this experience for them? As regards education, for example, in Delta State, there is no special Braille school. So it simply means that if you're blind or visually impaired, you don't have the right to go to school.
Some people doesn't have hand. How would they thumb print? How would they write? So create this environment so that people with disability can feel as a citizen of a given country.
We receive them and take them along, whatever we are doing in this country. Because for we to marginalize them in this country, I think it is not fair. I advise our leader at least to make sure that at least whatever Nigerians are doing, they should also consider disabled people in Nigeria.
They called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, political parties as key drivers of the democratic process and governance in Nigeria to take the lead in encouraging the full participation of the PWDs as citizens with equal rights in all party processes, procedures, and activities. Adding that there is a need for more people with disabilities take on more executive, political, and leadership roles at all levels. They urge the electoral umpire to offer priority voting to the marginalized populations. Jonathan Awaye, Trust TV News, Asaba.
And away from that, 6 people, 4 Fulani and 2 Gbagi farmers lost their lives in a fresh clash between Fulani and Gbagi vigilantes in Beji, Boso local government area of Niger State. Daily Trust gathered that the crisis which occurred on Wednesday at Beji Weekly Market had created tension among residents of the town. This is the second time Fulani and vigilantes had clashed in Beji Market. The first clash on November 8, 2023 claimed 2 lives and 7 others hospitalized. Some residents who spoke with Daily Trust on condition of anonymity said the incessant banditry activities in the area since July this year had degenerated into tribal clash. Residents of Beji told Daily Trust that they didn't find it easy with incessant kidnappings and killings by bandits between July and September, forcing some of them to resort to passing nights in ceilings of their rooms for fear of being kidnapped or killed by bandits, whose activities became incessant during the period. They said with intervention of security operatives who began regular patrol of the Beji-Zungeru Road, the situation had become calm in recent time. However, the Niger State Commissioner for Homeland Security, Bello Mohammed Agai, confirmed at the Nigeria Air Force Base Mekunkele during the skill acquisition program organized by NAF. He said the state government was meeting with stakeholders with a view to address the recurring crisis. Also,